Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, I'm here in the great state of Northern California. Yeah, that's right. If you live in California, you know there are two sides to the state. Well, I'm here in Northern California, here in a town called Chester. We have a family cabin for which we have visited this area for years. The wife and I decided to come up and just have a getaway. Absolutely love Lake Almanor. Lake Almanor is a beautiful, beautiful lake. If you've never been here, this is Lake Tahoe at its best, in that you have everything Lake Tahoe has without the people. Now, the reason we're doing this video today is because I want to share with you some thoughts. Now, in this headset, I'm actually playing the song See the World Through My Eyes. You know, one of the things that I love doing is just sharing with people my ideas, my thoughts, and answering questions. I get questions all the time. You could only imagine. With a social presence that doesn't seem that big, oh, it's big. I get emails all the time in my inbox, and for those that have emailed me, I do apologize. We'll get to them eventually. But hey, look, we're going to answer the number one question I get lately is, John, how do you use the stock market, selling premium, writing covered calls using a small ball account, $10,000 or less? Well, I'm going to share with you today, real quick, what I'm doing in my account and my kids' accounts. Okay? That's very important to understand. My kids have about $10,000 in their account, and I've been trading it since January 1 of this year. Do you remember the $1,000 monthly challenge? Well, we're still doing it. And as I mentioned in my last video to the channel, my youngest son has already made over $6,200 on the year. That's 62% cash on cash selling premium. We don't buy and hold. We buy the stock, we write the covered call, we do it again. We do it again, do it again. My daughter's up, I think, 38%, and my oldest son is now, I think, at 32, 34%. Now, I'm going to use the stock Mara today. I'm going to talk about Mara, but here's the key. You can find your favorite stock trading in a range. See, I've talked over the past couple weeks about using stocks that trade in a range, a bankable range. Now, look, these stocks can be conservative, high volatility stocks. But if you watch them, you trade them, you know their trading range. Like for me, Bristol Myers trades in a range of 68 to 59. That's where it's at now. But for the most part, this year it was trading between 68 and 62. We can bank on that. Made a lot of money. Finding the trading range. So what I want you to do, before we get into this here, talk about my kids' counts. I want you to go to Yahoo. I want you to bring up a stock, maybe even Mara, Bristol Myers, it doesn't matter. What I want you to do is go to the interactive chart, and I want you to bring up the Keltner channels. I want you to use the default settings. Now, the Keltner channel's definition, it's a stock's trading range. Now, if we're playing great stocks, stocks that we can bank on, stocks that go higher and lower, but ultimately trade in a range, well, if they're trading at the lower part of their range, that's when we want to get involved. Do not get involved with a stock when it's trading at its high. You will be left holding the bag. I mean, how many people recently bought Apple at the top of its trading range? 147, I think that bag's now in the 120s or the 130s. My point is, do not buy at the top of the range. We have over 8,000 investments we can use. Okay? We want to buy our stocks. We want to get involved in our stocks when they're in the lower part of that range. Again, if we're trading great stocks, I mean, if you're trading a one-hit wonder bag that's trading at the bottom of its range, you don't know if there's a floor there. You probably don't even see a trading range. Okay? Don't fool yourself. So, that is John's number one golden rule when we get involved in a stock, whether it's buying the stock or writing a covered call. We're going to make sure, if we can help it, we don't buy the fluff. Okay, RSI, we're looking 20, 30. We don't want much more than that. That's when it's oversold. These are the most basic of indicators you can use. Hey, look at that water. Ooh, love me some Lake Almanor. So we don't have to have 3 secret trading indicators. We don't have to. So my golden rule is we want to buy when there's no fluff. Now, I'm not saying I never have. I have bought stocks higher, and I've gotten kicked in the ribs too. Okay, I bought DraftKings at 67. Yeah, it's trading at 50 now. All right. So with that said, we buy stocks that we love or like or we're willing to hold. See, I own DraftKings at 67. That thing has traded from 67 to 57 to 47. Still holding it. I have my reasons. We're playing it. We're using it. Would love that I could sell more premium, but that hasn't been the case. Luckily, I have a basket of stocks. I'm able to use that basket of stocks to sell other premium. Trading range is key. I love when a stock is trading at or below its Keltner channel mid. That's indicator number 1. Number 2, then we look at the RSI. Remember, 2030 oversold, still a little bullish. Okay, once we get into 70 and 80, look, man, that thing's too hot. It's going to sell off. You have to have the mindset that this is how Wall Street does it. If you don't, you're going to be left holding the bag, period. Okay? Everybody's talking about inflation and all these scary stock market crash predictions. Come on. I've told you for years on this channel, I'm preparing for that pull-off to make money because Wall Street sells them off to run them up, to sell them off, to run them up. That's what they do. That's what they've done. They're going to do it. Need you to have that mindset. So let's get back to my kids' accounts. So using about $10,000, I picked Mara. I've been using GoodRx, Rocket. I've been using DraftKings, Pins. I've been using them all. But now I'm focusing on Mara. Remember, Mara is a Bitcoin trade. It is a Bitcoin miner. Okay, so of course it's going to move up and down with Bitcoin. But Mara had some great earnings. And I'm going to use Mara here for some great premiums because it's very volatile. Let's give you a little picture of this side of the lake. Check that out. Woo-hoo. So, Mara pays fat premiums. You could easily pick up 10% on a 30-day covered call. What we want to do with a stock like Mara is understand its trading range. If you don't understand its trading range, you're going to get blown out of the water. You're going to buy Mara at 45, and the thing fell recently to 32. 2 people I'm mentoring told them, we don't touch Mara unless it gets to 32. And it recently has done that. Now, with my kids, we have about 200 shares, each of them. And various strike prices, anywhere from 33 to 37. But right now, where Mara's trading at about 35x, we're able to write at the money or out of the money strikes, picking up about anywhere from $2 to $4. Here is the key. Understand your trading range. If you don't understand your trading range, you're going to get blown up. I will not get involved with Mara at 45, where it's recently traded. I'm going to wait till it gets to 37. Even 37 is a bit toppy. Got my oldest son in at 37, and I'm trying to sell those out of the money strikes to collect some decent premium. It's a bit of a stretch when the stock's trading at 32, but it's now trading at 35, so we're able to get a little bit of premium. Sold one today for about $320 for 30 days? Yeah, October 29th. Point is, know your stock's trading range. That's the key. That's the absolute key. So, with that said, you have a small account. How do you play it? The problem is you're not going to be able to play the big boy stocks, anything above 100. So you're going to find yourself using stocks that might be a bit more risky. What I do not want you to do is invest in Mara because you're watching this video. Need to do your homework. There are plenty of great stocks trading under $100 you can profit from. Want you to find those stocks that are trading at the Keltner channel or below. Then I want you to look at the RSI. RSI is usually oversold. So we're getting more of a chance, giving the stock a chance to move higher. There's more of a chance it'll go higher than lower. Now, it could go lower. I told everybody at the membership, Mara could go as low as 28. You got to be prepared for that. If you're not, you'll be broken. Okay? So today's video is all about this for you small ball players. You only have a little bit of money. You're going to be risking a lot. Okay? You could go down the road of the poor man's covered call where you buy the long leap option, then you sell the near-term leaps. You can do that. You can do that. But you better know that strategy. Understand there's a lot of spinning plates. And in fact, where I thought some great poor man cover call opportunities were, UPS bought it at, I think I bought my option at 45. It's now trading for 37 as UPS is peeled off. Got to be able to handle your long leap positions, because right now I'm down a lot of money on that leap. But we're going to keep selling premium because that's the ultimate goal for selling poor man's covered calls. We want to sell that near-term premium, and we got a year and a half to worry about it. Okay? But with small ball accounts, what you can do is this. Find that stock. But before you enter a position, make sure it's trading in the low band. Okay? Because what we don't want to do is get involved in a stock and then you've used all your capital. You have no ability to work your way out of the trade outside of selling premium and hoping you're not dancing with the devil, where your cost basis is much higher, your selling calls much lower, and you risk having your shares taken away. Okay? Now I'm going to leave you on this note. Beautiful morning here, Northern California. Hope you like this. If you do find yourself in a bad spot, I need you to have a plan, execute the plan. See, I'm down on a lot of my stocks, but at the end of the day, I'm only down mindset that I can't sell premium on them. I knew they would fall, hoped that they would go higher, but they trade in a range. And right now they're trading in the lower part of that range. So we have to make do. What I don't want you to do is find yourself in a brand new position. You bought in at the high. Now you're kicked in the ribs because the stock has fell 10 points. That's the key. That's going to be your key to success here anytime you get involved selling premium. Right? You definitely don't want to find yourself buying high, writing the covered call, the stock falls some 5-10 points, then you're left holding the bag. Okay? That is my tip of the day, helping all you small ball players. Now, with that said, I want you to go out. I want you to go out and find 2 or 3 stocks. And I'll tell you what, I still like that Rocket Mortgage trade. Things trading between 1550 and 1650. That's such a bankable range. I still like it. I still have 3,500 shares. Need to buy back an option that I recently did, and then we're going to do another one. Remember, we want to try to use a stock multiple times, generate that cash flow multiple times. In fact, my next video, I'm going to highlight Mara as a case study, where I bought Mara back in April. And I've written so many covered calls on it. The buy and hold investor would absolutely have his ass kicked compared to what I'm doing. And that's what I like to do. I like to generate the cash flow. We look to do it again and again and again, putting real money on the table, paying the bills, living the good life. I know that sounds simple, but at the end of the day, it really is not rocket science. And I know you put in the time, you put in the homework, you open that small ball account, you do your very first safe trade, and you too will find financial freedom selling premium. Remember, selling premium gives us traders the edge. They pay us that premium up front. So when you think of Wall Street as a casino, winners and losers, we win the minute we place the trade. Now, where the trade goes beyond that, that's where your skill is going to come in. That's where you managing the trade is going to make you go from a good trader to a great trader. Hey, look, I'm pulling for you. Feel free to leave me a comment letting me know your favorite range-bound stock. I'll look into it because I'd love to share it with everybody on the channel. Hey, look, if you liked anything you heard today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And what we're doing is putting real money on the table. Hey, look, until next time, be safe, be healthy. Most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.